Welcome back, you filthy Valorant casuals, to the Collegiate Valorant League hosted by the Gamers EDU, hosted by me. I'm your part-time host slash full-time Raze fangirl, Queen McRib. We are getting into match 2 of the night of our Immortal bracket between CSUN Black versus SDSU Black. And before we get into it, just 2 quick announcements. Number 1, make sure we're being nice in chat. I'm not your mom. I shouldn't have to tell you this, but please be nice in chat. Be respectful. We all deserve it. We deserve a positive environment here. And second of all, make sure you shop our sponsor, CEV Collection, to get your own blue light lenses to protect your eyes from your monitor and your phone screen. I mean, it's quarantine. We're all on our phones, so make sure you get your own pair. And tonight, it's actually... Bent couldn't make it, kind of. He already did the first match. So it's just going to be me and Eli casting for you. Hello, Eli.
How are you doing, McRib?
I'm good. I'm good.
It's great to see you. I'm excited. Shout outs to Bent. He jumped in there on the early stream, handled it. He muted, did a great job. So that leaves me and the Queen here to get the cast for our final match of the evening as we find out who is going to be in the grand final on the Immortal side, taking on San Jose State. The second-seeded Spartans were able to defeat Long Beach earlier in the day, and now they get to sit back and watch to figure out who they're going to be taking on. As McRib mentioned, it's going to be San Diego State Black and Northridge Black. And the loser of this match will move down and face Cal State Long Beach in the third-place match over this weekend. So both teams you see will be playing again later on in this weekend, but only one of them will be facing off with San Jose State for the grand final prize. Everybody's very excited about that. Everybody's going to want to get a piece of that money. And if you want to get a piece of the skill that it takes to compete at the Immortal League, make sure you check out radiance.gg. They are beginning a sort of like a social club slash review website that'll help you analyze your Valorant play, to explain where you were, what you shot, and what you should have did to do better. So that way, your teammates will stop flaming you for buying an op when you can't hit anybody with a classic. And everybody will feel happier about it. You'll be able to do better. We'll meet new people as well. And it will help grow this Valorant community so we can have more awesome matches like the ones we casted earlier today, the ones we've had all throughout the season. So very excited for that. We want to thank Radiant.gg and Clear Eye View for their sponsorship of this Collegiate Valorant League. And we also want to invite you, if you want to be part of the CVL, to hit !Discord. You can bring yourself on into our community where we have the running Discord. We're in there. McRib's in there. Bent, Muted, Funny Man, all in there, as well as some of your favorite players in the Collegiate Valorant League. Now that all of that stuff is out of the way, we are going to be getting underway with this 2 out of 3 map match between Cal State Northridge, San Diego State. They're going to be getting at it. Looks like we're going to be starting on Bind with San Diego State in the attacker position. McRib, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I know I'm ready because I don't actually have to shoot anybody. So I'm like, I can just watch and be like,
that's
ooh,
true.
He should have did better. He didn't do better. That's unfortunate. He can do better next time. But we're going to find out which one of these 2 teams is ready, who's going to get it done. I'm super excited.
Me too. Now, Eli, can you tell us a little bit about Bind for those of us who have never touched a mouse before, who have not played Valorant, and who've been living under a rock?
Yes, so Bind is one of the, I would say it's like one of those maps that you're going to be very familiar with if you play a lot of Valorant. And both of these teams are going to be very familiar with Bind. There's not a lot of like tips and tricks that these 2 teams are going to need to mind on this map. As we get into it, you're going to find, as with every map in Valorant Control, the middle of the map is crucial, and it's what will determine what happens. So expect to see a lot of patient play around the middle of the map so teams have control. What I mean by control of the middle of the map is that once you establish that it's safe to move, you're able to pick your spot more carefully. Of course, this is a game with guns, so anybody who gets shot, is going to fall down. And so you're going to need to be able to put yourself in good position, keep yourself safe. Bind also features a couple of teleporters, which we saw in a couple of days ago. We saw a game which did not feature San Diego State, but I do believe it was Northridge Red, if I recall correctly. Or maybe I'm thinking of Fullerton, but there was a couple of teleporter plays that we saw there, and it might come up here as well. So expect that. Just know that those teleporters, though they do transport you from one side of the map to the other, they are very telegraphed. So if you go through one, the other team most likely will know where you're going. So we've seen some very unfortunate. Shout out to Pro by the way, who's a major supporter and is a dope player, but just an F for Profuse, who stepped through that teleporter and just got all kind of bad business on the other side. It's very unfortunate.
We feel bad, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he did better than I would have done, but I feel like I could say that about everybody. So it's like a small consolation.
Yeah, I would step onto the field with these players and immediately be dead. Just step out of spawn, death. So
could you tell me where to go? I'm just gonna stand. You know what? I'm gonna stand next to you.
Agent.
I'm just gonna sit right next to you.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, the first map, like I mentioned, will be bind. Both teams will need to win 2 maps. So where our regular season games were first to 1 map, this is first to 2. In order to win a map, you need to win 13 games. Games are split up. Yeah, they're split up over 2 halves. Each team will take turns attacking and defending. As we mentioned, San Diego State will start on the offending side. So they're going to get 12 rounds attacking. And then if necessary, there will be 12 rounds with San Diego State on the defense. First team to win 13 by at least 2 points will be the winner of the map. Now that we've got all the rules out of the way, see the beginning of the buy phase, this pistol round here, where players have money to buy some slight abilities and a slightly better opening weapon than just a classic pistol. But neither team will be able to get themselves any advanced weaponry. That will come later as players earn money for kills, for planting the spike, for winning the round, or for losing multiple rounds in a row, which confers a loss bonus that, it's like a consolation prize that builds up over time. But the game is like, all right, you lost 3 rounds in a row. Either win or get dunked. Right now.
We'll do you this favor.
Yeah, right? It's like, we'll keep it competitive for you. You see, Alvinus is taking a lot of damage to begin with. It's going to be tough here. Teams do not run Sage anymore, so Alvinus is going to be low for the remainder of this round. You see now Eclipse on the rest of that Northridge team going through the teleporters here. So it's going to be an A-side push. Boy's sitting ready there for him, and he catches MDZ with that right click, but it's GDP and Crayola on the other side, splitting it up, and it's a great opening round start for San Diego State. Tiesto now all alone, having to take on 4v1, and Eclipse shuts him down. That'll be round 1 here for San Diego State. A great beginning for a team who found themselves called as the preseason favorites. They were the ones we were told to watch out for the most, as Northridge would go on to go undefeated and steal the hearts of many. Over the course of the regular season, Northridge would earn themselves the first seed. They got themselves a bye here into the semifinals, so they haven't played a playoff game yet. We'll have to see if there's a bit of rust for them to knock off. As San Diego State looking ready to shock the world. All the same, you don't get to 13-0 by folding the first time something bad happens. You see NBC though getting the early kill on Devons. Another great start. Alvinus, very dangerous Slayer, comes across there, flashes out. He's been tagged here. He's gonna need to get that bolt out of him. Lowell got one earlier. He's looking for a second, but Eclipse finds another kill. He's looking brilliant here in the first 2 maps. And it's once again a teleport to the other side. It's gonna force Alvinus and Poise over to a site again as Crayola gonna find the target. Yes, they'll take a pop shot. That right click happens again, caught the head, but Crayola finds the target he was looking for. Haley assesses the situation. Now is the time to get the plant. It won't happen. As Poise shuts him down, but Crayola responds for 2 and then 3. He finishes Alvinus and wins the second round for San Diego State. Crayola who has jumped from Jet to Raze in the past couple of weeks, has found something with this agent that he is a big fan of, and he is making moves. Secures the second round for San Diego State. It's what you expect when a team wins the pistol rounds. They come into the second round with the equipment advantage, with superior weaponry. They are expected to win. And when you're dealing with teams this strong, every single round has to be won. There will be no gimmies, regardless of the eco disadvantage. So if you're a San Diego State supporter, you love to see Crayola stepping up and making plays like that. But it's going to take a lot more to finish off Northridge. Now, boys, put in that little boomba down. Do your best to that little, do your best to the teleport button.
Do your best.
Shut the door on Poise. They know Poise will be coming up to follow up here as the action transitions over to B, but it's still a split push from San Diego State. So Northridge must maintain discipline. They can't overcommit here. Whoops.
Cage triggered.
Don't get yourself caught out with your knife, buddy. You are not a Jet. You do not want your knife in a gunfight. There's Alvinus there sitting up in the perch here, right above that A site. They have a great vantage point here. If they can get the hits, but they don't. MDZ is able to turn around and kill them, but Devin just takes out Crayola. It's eclipsed with another shot as Lowell gets shot down by GDP. Plant comes here. Jay Lee is able to get it down. It's another great initiation for San Diego State. A spike plant. And now, Poise, Fiesto. We've talked about him before. Boys there with a brilliant shot on GDP, evens up the numbers.
Out of charge.
Diego State knows at this point they can win just with time elapsed. All they've got to do is protect the spike long enough for it to be too late for Eclipse or Poise to get the defuse. They will be able to prevent it, but there is Eclipse taking out Jay Lee. But as that happens, Fiesto turns the corner, gets two. Great shooting. But does he have time? Was it executed quickly enough to get it? And it was Fiesto getting one on the board. Just enough right there. And that, McRib, is what you love to see. That's the #1 seed play. The timing on the retake, knowing exactly how much time they need to set up and then execute in order to still be able to get the defuse. It's the thing that'll go back and forth between both of these teams. They know exactly those little nuances of play. They're able to time their actions specifically so they can get that done. But you still have to hit shots in the clutch of it. And Fiesta showing that Crayola is not alone in his artistry. Evans now again an opening shot, and then two here. Over in that hallway down on the south side of A, and now Alvinus gets one. Finally, GDP is able to get San Diego State on the board, but it is looking absolutely horrendous for them as GDP falls. Alvinus gets 3 kills, and just like that, Northridge evens it up 2-2. My goodness.
So what is Northridge doing now that they weren't doing in those past 2 rounds? Or I mean, yeah.
Yeah, well, right now we've just seen Devinus hitting some incredible shots on initiations, and that's one of the things that's happening. And that last round, Devinus popped up down closer, initiated earlier, took the fight to San Diego State, and then caught them off guard. That's how he was able to get 2 kills. And once that happens, teams at this level are gonna follow up. You're not gonna lose 2 agents and then get no problems. As you see right there, Eclipse taking it right to Alvinus, who's not able to get around the corner using Jet's dash. And little situations like that, right, where one person gets caught out and killed early, they snowball. And teams look for that in order to snowball. As you see here, Fiesto able to take out Eclipse on the other side of the wall as Lowell shows that short position on the judge. There's 1 and 2 from Lowell. Great job there to get 2. That's massive there as they were looking to push Lowell in that spot. That would have been horrible if Fiesto had not had the backup there.
1 enemy remaining.
And now Lowell is going to take that second chance. The Vandal they grabbed off a dead body, get a 3rd kill. Jay Lee now all alone there with 4 members of Northridge who all have bad intentions. Nobody likes you here, Jay Lee. I'm sorry. You're not invited into the site.
Go home.
Lowell with a 4K. And all kills there in that hallway. And that's the thing that was kind of incredible about that was Lowell was actually in a dangerous spot. It was a 2v1 setup, but Fiesto understood the situation, had sights on that hallway up there in heaven, on the B site and protected Lowell, who took that and ran with it. And that's the follow-up. That's what matters here. That's the type of communication and execution teams are going to need, because one person alone is a victim, but a team together is a threat. You see now the round begins and the smoke comes out. San Diego State looks loaded up on the A site. But on bind, you can never tell too much what an early positioning is for the whole total of the round. You've got to be disciplined. Boys right there is actually putting shots near target. Reminder that players cannot see what we see. We have cheats enabled. They can't see through walls. See Alvinus Fiesto here. It's a great defense here for San Diego State. They were ready for that push perfectly. Well executed.
They're playing just so confidently too. And you would think that going against the undefeated team, this is when they would be like, oh.
Well, I mean, this is Northridge's, this is their essence. This is what they've done the entire season. They've practiced this, and they've taken a punch before. They've had close matches before. They didn't steamroll over every team in the league. They had close matches with Long Beach. They had close matches with San Diego State the last time these teams played. With San Jose State, it was actually close as well. So this is a Northridge team that is undefeated, yes, but they're not unscarred. They've been, they've been over this before. They've been up against teams, that are capable of beating them, and that's why they know they've got to execute. That's why they get it done. And sometimes it doesn't look fancy, but it's always effective.
Mm-hmm.
See now the setup here. Crayola looking to get some of that old magic back again and get something done. The ult was not effective when he was tried to get it off in the last round. And it's been tough pushing here for them on that A site, and it's very dangerous just trying to push up against the Killjoy in the B site. She controls so much space with her droids and is able to alert teammates very well, as Devon's again getting first blood. We're going to see that at the end of the map. One way or another, you're going to see Devon's name up there in the KDA with a lot of first blood kills. He has been a great vanguard for Northridge. Now Eclipse trying to get some work done here on the B site. Bull going to go ahead and pop that Killjoy ult. Going to start things up, get the party rolling as Alvinus gets a kill. Crayola was able to trade it out. It was a 1-1 there, but not behind Lowell's work. It's a big shot. And it's really important here is because you've got two low on health characters here. If Eclipse is able to get that spike and get to the site quickly, maybe can get a plant down and make something happen here. As Devons is going to come through on the rotation. The spike doesn't get down in time, however. And just like that, it's 5-2 Northridge. And Devons, with insult to injury, says you can't even keep your gun. Put it down.
They said, give me that.
I said, no, go reload. Go restock. Well, the gun merchants are excited for that one. They're loving that, as Eclipse is forced to now rebuy weapons. What happens whenever you die, you lose all the weapons and equipment that you had while you were alive, so you have to restock them. And as your loss bonus fades away, it becomes harder and harder to buy up. That's why you're going to see now in this round, San Diego State is not going to be working with the best guns that they could. They're not going to be walking in with every single piece of equipment that they would want. Eventually that money will come back, but if the team can beat you on a gun round where you can buy everything, best believe they know how to beat you when you're coming less equipped. As Lowell taking pot shots there where the head should be. Now, Northridge firing on all cylinders as they have been over the course of the entire season. We expected nothing less from them, but we also expect San Diego State to have a little bit more in the tank than that. Boys gets the kill there on GDP. Boys has just been absolutely incredible. Crayola is able to get one back there, and that's a great cleanup kill there from Crayola to even the numbers back up. But now San Diego State has got to mind their positioning here, as they are vulnerable. You can see there, there's going to be a flank happening. Devin just gets right in there, gets a kill. And there's a second. As Fiesto and Devins combine to get 2 kills each. 2 and 2. You'll love to see it. And Northridge is now going to go up 6-2. Beautiful job there. Devins has just been so hard for San Diego State to get a handle on. It's really hard. When you've got a Vanguard like that who can just win the first fight, it feels like every round you can't turn the corner on him. He kind of shuts off a site all by himself. He makes it hard for you to decide where to go because you're just like, well, if Devins is there, what can we do? And for San Diego State right now, maybe they're going to need to change the formation. Maybe you're going to need to see Crayola, who they've, Crayola's kind of been the secondary initiator, kind of followed up well and picked people off. But maybe you're going to need to get your best guns on Devins if you're going to try to push that site, because it's looking a lot like Devins is going to shut down your GDP or your MDB. And you just can't have that as the attack.
Nowhere to run!
Here right now, that Hunter Shuri ult going off. Jay Lee trying to find something, tag up anybody, get a little bit of damage. And there's a slight bit there. You can see Poise, Fiesto a little hurt as Fiesto gets a fight with Eclipse and Lowell takes out GDP. And as low as Fiesto is, his job is done. He's got it. And Devin's there through the wall, gets MVZ. Jay Lee takes out Poise. That's the first kill of the round for San Diego State.
Stealing sight.
Now they're down and they are known. So the hunt is on here as you see Northridge aggressively trying to push up, but Crayola turns around on Lowell. Hope springs again for San Diego State as Alvinus tracks around the corner. Because need a pixel of skin is all Alvinus will need to wipe somebody out of the round. Fiesto gets the word out and snipes Crayola out of the sky. Devins follows up, and it's 7-2. Northridge looking fine and dandy. 7-2 here. This round now looking extremely rough for San Diego State. Only 3 more games left in this half before the two teams will switch sides. And I tell you, McRib, it's rough when you go into a second half down 7-5 when you were on the attacking side. If it's anything worse than that, that's when you start talking about a steamroll. And right now, that is what San Diego State is looking at.
Wait, let's highlight Lowell, because I feel like we rarely talk about the Killjoy players in the league. It's always a duelist we're talking about. We want to see like the big boom with Raze. So what makes her such an effective player, and how is Lowell playing her in a way that makes him so effective for his team?
Well, Lowell is one of those agents that just shuts off an area in a sense, or at least makes it just too much hassle to try to challenge directly. She's got these little sentinels she can put down that individually aren't much. They're not there. Well, they shouldn't kill you, but we've seen worse things happen. But they tag you up. We've seen it a couple of times before. But they deal damage to you, and they reveal your location. And that's kind of what Killjoy does. She just locks off the area or makes it a bad place to be. As we see Devin again getting 2 kills in a round. Crayola gets the ult off on Alvinus. That's a great start. And then finds Poise. But who else is there to shut him down but Devins with his 3rd kill of the round? And there it is again. It's Devins who has jumped out and shut down the San Diego State attack. They won the first 2 rounds, and then it was an immediate response from Northridge. They figured out a formation, a pattern of attack that San Diego State has just not been able to overcome. Or I should say, a formation of defense that San Diego State has not been able to get their way around. As it looks like we will get a pause here. Tactical timeout taken from San Diego State. As I mentioned, down 8-2 now. You do not want to find yourself throwing away these last 2 rounds and entering the second half down 10-2. Because at that point, you're kind of you're swimming against the current. You know what I mean? You're trying to get upstream. And against a team this powerful, I just gotta tell you, if your chances of success rely on you beating Northridge when you're down 10-2. Probably not gonna happen. You're better off trying to buy a bridge in Iowa, to be honest with you. Maybe some beachfront property in Montana.
Okay. Miracles do happen. How would SDSU, how do they put themselves in the best position to succeed here? Because they're really down, but we're taking a break here. Maybe they need to regroup, refresh. How best should they do that?
Well, they've got to figure out a way to put Devins down. There's no other way around it, and they literally can't get around Devins currently, and that's been their biggest issue. Is whoever is engaging with him, they're losing that person, and then Devins is finding a spot to get 2 and 3 kills around. And when somebody is doing that, and the rest of the team is keeping themselves upright, keeping themselves out of trouble, you're not going to be able to find a successful initiation. You're not going to be able to attack. It's just not the way the game works. And so maybe it needs to be, like I said, Crayola initiating more. Maybe they need to pull Jay Lee and see if they can tag out
cool.
Devins and
That's
get
how you
him
survive.
seen. So instead of a 1v1 around a corner, it's a 3v1 where they try to hunt him down or even trade him out just to get him off the map before the offense starts. But the longer they let Devins live in this half, the worse things have been for them.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Right now, instead, they're just gonna push B. They're gonna move quickly here on Lowell and Fiesto and try to make it happen. And there's a good start there as MBZ gets the kill on Lowell.
exactly where you are.
On the back ends here, Crayola has stepped forward and it's a plant down. That's good work here for San Diego State. That's another way to deal with the troublesome defender, is just go where they're not and go quickly, force them to come to you. Now with the spike down, it is on Northridge. Get into the site and get a defuse before the spike goes off. Anything less than that and they won't win this round. Yesto gets a kill there on Crayola. Alvinus misses a shot. Jay Lee is able to finish. I'll punish them for missing that. And MDZ now finally getting some revenge on Devins. And we see Poise. Love to see it.
Last
You like to
round
see
in
it.
the half.
Poise getting a. I love a raise all. I'll never deny it. But if you're San Diego State, you're quite happy to see Poise use that ult in what is ultimately a fruitless effort as they get all the kills and go 8-3. But that's how comebacks start. They start one round at a time, one shot at a time, one corner at a time. You walk yourself back from the pits. But the thing about that tactic, right, going around Devins, which worked right there, is that, you know, there's only 2 rounds left, so it's not like you can't just try that again. But the more you go to the well against a team like Northridge, they're paying attention. They're not gonna get caught by the same trick 2, 3, 4 times in a row. And so San Diego State, if they try that too often, will find themselves going up against greater numbers than they expected. As you see, Fiesto doing some they're trying to keep. Yeah, and he actually did a great job. He got his recon thrown above Jay Lee, so Jay Lee probably didn't see it. And that tag it out as MBZ gets into the site and takes down Lowell. It's another B side push, and it's another good one here as Crayola, through the fire and flames, chases Poise down and gets the kill there. 5v2 here. San Diego State showing signs of life at the end of this first half. Big Rec himself tries to get something done, and Alvinus says no. Big Rec, big Alvinus. Good night as Devins. And actually, that's not the kill there. It's Alvinus again, who we haven't had to mention very much, but Alvinus extremely strong on that jet. A very dangerous agent.
1 enemy remaining.
GDP takes out Devins there. Pinch here on Alvinus. You're not going to get it done when you're pinched. One left, one right, and somebody else on the other side. San Diego State
Switching sides.
wins the first 2 rounds of the half, wins the last 2 rounds of the half. That's good. But those other 8 are going to need to go their way if they want to make this comeback. That said, 8-4 here, it's doable. It's doable.
It is, yeah. We've seen crazier comebacks. We've seen 10-3 comebacks.
Exactly. Yeah, and now on the second half, San Diego State will be on the defense. We're back to the pistol rounds. This is a deficit that you can overcome with some good shooting, some strong positioning. You get the first 2 kills in this round, the pistol round goes your way. Now you've got the eco advantage in the second round of the half. So just like that, you maintain control, you fight well from the dominant position, and just like that, 8-4 becomes 8-6, maybe 8-7 before the other team really has the weapons and equipment to fight back. But it all starts here on this pistol round, and it requires a good defense. As Fiesto looks like he's not gonna have any of it. He gets the first 2 kills, and Alvinus finds GDP. Finally, Eclipse gets a kill, but the spike is already down, and it's 4v2 as San Diego State falls again. It's only who's that left alone? It's Eclipse, and there ain't no sunshine in this round as Poise drops Eclipse and sets Northridge up for a very strong attacking half. They get the win on that first round, and now they're going to have the economic advantage. You see they're loading up with their rifles. They only need 4 more rounds in order to win this first map. Put themselves just 1 map away from grand finals and a date with San Jose State. You see now they get ready here, loading up. It's looking like it'll be perhaps a rush on A site. Although, to be honest, I would doubt a rush here from Northridge as Lowell. See if they can catch somebody pushing up a little too quickly there, but it's GDP who hung back. Great discipline from GDP. Didn't overexert, didn't push too far forward into the site. Punishes Lowell, and that's going to send Northridge back to the scene of the crime. They're going to split up here, but now it's 4v5. And the word is out now for San Diego State. Be ready to rotate from B over to A in full force. As Alvinus taking a few little picks, sees a little target. A couple of shots off here, but it's not much. And they're not going to work too hard on that A site, as we see now. 2 rotations here over towards it, but Jay Lee is ready to shut down Fiesto and say, no, the A site is closed. Take your way over to B. They will be able to get into, so even though they're at a numbers disadvantage, they will have map superiority here as the spike goes down.
Spike planted.
They found my wire.
Making sure everybody's in the... We don't... The clips, do we really need that? Is that really necessary? Alright. It's alright. Your shift button works. I respect it. It says spikes down. I respect it. Oh my goodness.
Blocking sight.
You need a respawn button to work here. Boys now gets the kill. Devins gets the kill. And just like that, 4v2 becomes 2 versus none. In the blink of an eye, Northridge obliterates the San Diego State defense as that retake is completely rebuffed, and it's 10-4 Northridge. My goodness. What happened there? Eclipse gets picked off. Yeah, Eclipse gets picked off, right? The word goes out, they're here, let's go in. And it's like Northridge was in on the comms for San Diego State. As soon as that happened, we were just ready. Every attempt to get in the site was shut down. Now Northridge up big, 2 rounds in a row. The money's there. See Crayola sitting on a Sheriff. It's a pretty good pistol, but it's only a pistol. And Eclipse gets 1 before he goes down. Devins again getting a kill here. But 4-4 in the information ain't bad for the defenders if they can get over into the site in time. The Global gets a spike down here. But it's Alvinus there chasing Jay Lee down and getting a kill from behind. GDP with some hot shooting there. Takes out Alvinus and Fiesta takes out MPZ. 2 and 2 until Crayola makes something happen. And now it's Lowell and Devinus. This is Crayola. I believe that's GDP. Yeah, there's GDP. This is where we love to see GDP go to work. As I've often said, they can be money in the site. Crayola fakes the YouTube here.
Enemy remaining.
That's through. He goes down and time turns around. GDP turned back towards the spike. I'm not sure what the communication was there. Fortunate round there for San Diego State. It was winnable until Crayola stepped through that smoke and met 2 members of Northridge who were not very happy to see him. And now it is 11-4 here as Northridge again looking incredible. In the first 3 rounds of it here, we'll finally get a full buy from San Diego State. They will be able to mount a fully furnished defense. Which is what you would expect. Can you hear that? Oh, is that what I just heard? Oh my goodness, here comes Boys, but he's gonna get shut down. And it's Alvinus' Blaze Storm. My goodness. But MDZ, double kill there on the op. As Fiesto gets on MDZ, remaining. But maybe enough work done there as Alvinus' 3rd Blaze Storm kill of the round comes through. And now it's just Crayola who has got to make something happen. He's got to make something real cracked go down here. As they know he's coming through that teleporter into the B site. The site goes down. Alvinus is ready for him. You're not getting through the Jet Blaze Storm. Who needs a nerf? Who cares about a nerf if you're Alvinus? Nerf what? My headshots, I ain't
Just
worried about it.
honestly.
Alvin has said, "Nurse, I don't know her. Never met her." Match.
Okay, wait. So we've also seen SDSU. They have the man advantage into these last couple seconds. And how does CSUN manage to turn it around over and over and over again?
They're coordinated. They strike with such precision and accuracy. That's how they're able to overcome these. So whenever you make the mistake, you see right now GDP gets tagged once there on that ult. Let's let to avoid it again. Yesto though dragging down through the wall, gets the kill, and GDP gets the kill on Devins, falls so low. MBZ another 2 kill.
Standing.
That's great for him, and Eclipse is able to take out Poise. Winnable round here. San Diego State, but Fiesto gets Eclipse. It's MBZ. It looks like here. As Fiesto gets 3, but MBZ gets 3. And the last one counts. That right there, though, that's exactly an example of what you were asking about. How does Northridge turning around? How did a 3v1 become a 1v1? It's because when Northridge gets a kill, they move off of it. And they move with such precision that it's very hard for defenses or offenses to respond and react. And when that happens, your defense falls apart, your offense is all of a sudden sloppy, and people are falling in, and they're getting mowed down. And so you have to be very, very alert. You have to communicate well. You have to know where your teammates are, and they have to know where you are. So if somebody does die, they not only understand where that death happened, but understand where that means the other members of the Northridge team are. So everybody doesn't get murdered immediately after the first kill. But again, that's much easier said than explained and done. Low get the kill there on Crayola, and then just executes Jay Lee from heaven. Oh my goodness. There's the short range kill, and he gets 2 as he turns around on Fiesto. Hello now. Signs of life here for San Diego State as the spike is down. Oh, Alvinus. Beautiful shot there on Eclipse as he comes through the doorway.
One enemy remaining.
And Devins does the same to GDP. There's one left, there's none left. It's 1-0. Cal State Northridge, they take the first map. Vine goes their way, and they are up 1-0 in our semifinals. Well, okay, now this is what I was talking about. You look at the kill feed or the scoreboard, and I just want you to take a note of Devins here. He's second on your leaderboard here, but if you look over to First Bloods, he's got 4, right? So that's the most out of anybody. Second out of anybody in the match is Poise with 3. So that's 7 out of 8 or 19. I can count 18 rounds going to those 2, just those 2, right? Not even mentioning anybody else, as we get our mothership here showing that. And I feel like that's a tail of the tape, if you will. Devins leading the way, because a lot of those First Bloods were also double kills. And things like that just make entire rounds really difficult for the attacking side to win. And it doesn't give you the whole story, but I think if I could point one thing out, I would say that's something San Diego State's going to need to turn around if they want to have a chance in the second map to make it a third map and potentially, get an upset. But there's a reason why it would be an upset. It's because Northridge is really, really good. But just to let you all know, we are going to be having a brief interlude here. The 2 teams will get a halftime break. It's time for you to get your posture check on, grab some water, get yourself some snacks, because we still have quite a bit of Valorant left before the end of this. And after the match is concluded, our own Queen McRib will be doing an interview with the captain of the winning team. We'll find out who that is on the other side of this break. We will see you all in just a few minutes.
See you guys. back, you filthy Valorant casuals. I hope you guys stretched and hydrated because we are getting into match 2 of match 2 tonight between CSUN Black versus SDSU Black. And joining me is the lovely, the very brainy, the always right, Eli the Curry. What is up, dude?
I am doing well. It's good to see you, Queen McRib, as you lord over what looks to be another dominant effort from Northridge. They are up 1-0 here in our semifinal playoff matchup. A reminder, the winner of this match will go on to face San Jose in the grand finals of our Immortal side. And this our final match of the night, perhaps our final map of the night, if San Diego State is not able to get off the schneid and get it done. The two teams have discussed the bans and their choices. We will be playing this map on split, and I do believe San Diego State will be beginning on the defender side. And so I will preempt one of your favorite questions, McRib.
Okay.
Split is a map that features a decent amount of vertical differences. Before Icebox, it was definitely the most height-based map in the game, and it still is. It's a two-site map, meaning that there's site A, site B. So teams will only have to make their way between one of two sites. But with that simplicity comes some added dangers. The A site is a very wide corridor, or I should say a channel that the defender with an operator can absolutely control and devastate teams on the way in. So it's very dangerous there. The B side is a little bit more open. It's got multiple channels of entry, but one of them has got terrible lines of fire for the attackers to come in on, and the other one has to make its way through the channel of death. That's a spot where you've basically got two chutes. You go up the ropes, you go down, or you go down the ropes. You walk through this little basement area, and then you go up the ropes on the other side. And it all sounds well and simple until there's a Raze on the other end throwing grenades and shooting at you and making your life pretty difficult. And that's something that both teams are going to have to deal with. As why are we loading in the? Yep, that's not the right one. As we were loading it on Bind.
Yeah, I was like, hello.
The always right Eli asterisk, never actually correct, but we'll see what happens here. San Diego State will be starting on the defender side, and they did have a choice in that. Crayola, their team captain, elected to defend first, and so we'll see what that does for the makeup of this match. Traditionally speaking, we've seen San Diego State prefer to be very offensive. They prefer to be the attacking team. And against some of the teams in the league who were a bit lower on the leaderboards, I think they were very comfortable starting on attack, putting up 7-8 round victories and feeling comfortable on the defense. But as we saw on that first map, Northridge, very dominant performance, 13-5. They looked extremely good. And so I expect that San Diego State here electing to defend first so that they can save themselves their preferred side. They can hold serve, go into the second half 6-6, or even maybe 7-5, maybe even better than that. They'll feel well suited to even this up at 1-1 and perhaps take us to a third map. But it looks like, McRib, we are about to begin. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. And you know what? I have another question, and you're not going to preempt this one.
Ooh.
Because we're going into split. And you said it was a super vertical, you're going to pick different, more mobile heroes. Who are you expecting before this other team loads in to see play today?
Well, I'm going to expect Northridge to run their familiar lineup. I don't think we're going to see them move away from the Cypher, the Omen, the Jet. I think Poise is still going to pick Raze, for example, just because I feel like she really dominates that middle hallway. I think she's a very difficult agent to get around. And as we're watching the two teams select their agents, we do see Lowell, who's going to be switching from Killjoy to Cypher. Alvinus is staying on that Jet. We've seen that from Alvinus all season. Devin's staying with that Omen. But Fiesto, okay, is that Sage? Is that? Do I spy with my 4 eyes the lost agent of Valorant? Okay, well, we'll see. All right, no, that's a Sage. All right, Fiesto picking Sage.
Real Sage. Wow. Mister.
Right? Yeah, it's been a long time, sis. How you doing? Well, Sage, a very support-based agent. She heals. She can resurrect other fallen agents with her ultimate. She's got an kind of like an ice wall and an ice patch that slows down movement, makes things difficult for teams to move. She's a very control-based agent. We'll see what happens on the offense. Her wall ability can be used. It is actually a platform for other agents in the game, so she can actually use it to elevate herself and teammates. We'll see maybe if that's the way to counteract the verticality of Split. Maybe Northridge is looking to show something unique here. On the other side, San Diego State going what I would call a pretty traditional loadout for agents. We see Crayola there on the Jets. We are also going to see Breach here from NDZ. GDP staying on Omen. I'm sorry, that's J-Lee on the Breach with Eclipse on Killjoy. And then MDZ on the Reyna. And that's a very aggressive pick from him, from MD. Excuse me. Words, letters, acronyms. MDZ.
Please speak, we promise.
I promise you, I'm not that bad. All right, well, there's Fiesto with the attacking Sage. All right, well, see something new every day. But GDP is able to respond and gets the trade off here, gets the word out. It's going to be an A-side push as well, gets the plant down. Eclipse will come out from heaven. Daily will look to make things difficult, but it's Alvinus from behind. Gets the kill there before the flash can come out. And Poise with a double kill on almost one shot. And then Devins, hello. Back again, my old friends. Devins picking it off. Look at Poise and Devins. Said, second map, same as the first. I shoot you, you fall down. That's how we play this game. As Northridge gets themselves out to a game one, or a round one victory there. I was commenting on the turnaround there from Eclipse. I was gonna accentuate that play and say it was well done, but just as that happened, Poise and Devin struck back just as quickly. 3 kills in a matter of seconds. It's that Northridge counterattack. It's that factor they have where they just fight a weakness, and before you know it, they're in and they're getting kills. See right now, J-Lee well set up here to get a kill. It's a little slow, but it comes. Poise goes down, and NDZ is well equipped to follow up on Fiesto. It's a great start here now. Oh, I was gonna say, especially if J-Lee can get a third. He's not able to, but MDZ cleans up Alvinus and trades that off.
1 enemy remaining.
3v2, and now, I'm sorry, 4v2 in the 4v1 as MDZ gets his third kill of the round. And this now, a second round victory for San Diego State, I'm presuming. Unless Devins wants to do something outrageous, but MDC says no, I'll take 4 and get that. So that's 1-1. And that's a great eco round now here for San Diego State, and this is now dangerous, McRib, for Northridge, because what happens here is your money is is hijacked, right? So you have to start over from the loss bonus, and the weapons that you probably bought up from your victory in the first round are all gone. So your money's a little weird. Things were a little tricky. As you see Alvinus here sitting there on a Phantom, that's a heavy investment. With only 600 credits, there won't be much for Alvinus if this round doesn't go well for Northwood. So they're going to need to be careful and execute well. That's a good start for Alvinus, as it was a weapon well bought. And already Lowell is out into the A site. Northridge has moved with great speed as Poise takes out J-Lee, but MDZ and Eclipse each get one here to even it up. Eclipse is low. But the support is what matters here for the Killjoy, as you see the little Sentinel doing its best as MDZ gets Devinus. Oh my goodness, Lowell with violence. Gets the kill there, but it's Crayola who responds. 2v1, it's a Sage. That's not what she's here for, as MDZ gets the kill on Fiesto. And now 2-1 San Diego State.
Oh, was that important?
All right, well, Fiesto looked good to begin with. Got the first kill of the, I mean, we can say this now, it's locked in the record books. A Sage got the first kill of a match in the playoffs between the #1 seed and the #4 seed. Like, that happened now, and you can always know that.
It's my heart warm knowing that. Thank you
now, right? You can always say that, but now, maybe, at least for me, right? And I am but a puny commentator. A little doubt starts to seep in if maybe Northridge was a touch overconfident on that choice, as Poise you know what? Maybe you can be overconfident. If you're gonna get a kill in the first few seconds, you're just gonna shoot somebody in the head. You know what? Never mind, Fiesta. I'm sorry. Do whatever you want. You know what? It's your world. I'm just here.
We're just living in it. We're just commentating.
I'm a Ray simp in a Sage's world. It looks like. All right, all right. So again, the spike goes down on the A site. They have lived here in this A site, and San Diego State has always been responding to it. They haven't really articulated much of a counter defense to this yet. Maybe just not believing that Northridge is going to push that, but Fiesto now with their second kill of the round, looking good here. As Devin thought about pushing up on the short corner, but Breach is not a man you want to take short around if he's getting flashes out. He's pretty strong, but Lowell catches Jaylee coming out the door. Great positioning from Lowell to finish that off. What could have been a dangerous round otherwise is handled. 2-2 now as Northridge evens it back up. It's a little tricky. It's a little scary, but they've navigated it well, and now they're back on even ground. The money's a little situated, you know, stimulus checks is coming through. Everybody's going to be able to kit up pretty well. Now the question becomes, for San Diego State, do you finally load up on the A site? Do you finally take the hint from Northridge and put some help over on the A site? Try to make this a more difficult initiation. And we see Boys with that ultimate. He's checking for it. That's what Northridge expected, but it's not there. The resistance isn't there, and they're going to get into the A site with not a single shot fired, or at least not any heavy fighting done, as Crayola gets the kill on Alvinus. There's an operator I didn't know about. But there's the Fiesto ult. God, Crayola's up. Oh, you had it. Believe your first brain. There's a shot. Oh my goodness, and NDZ cleans it up. Here comes the Bladestorm. Crayola's looking to make something happen. Gets one, falls, but NDZ and Eclipse are there to respond, and it's a very lonely defense here. GDP gets to defuse. Lowell's just gonna make their way and see if they can survive.
The spike is defused.
Defuse there for San Diego State. They take back the lead.
As well as an ult.
Yeah, and the ult there that Alvinus had. Alvinus saved up, bought that op. See GDP there, gonna pick it up, give it back to Crayola. Share it with your teammates, be nice. And now it is 3-2. And Crayola is looking to make a mark here. When I say that is that Jet is a very mobile agent, the most mobile in the game, I would say. And so what that means is Crayola is able to get shots from an operator angle that nobody else on the map is going to be able to do, right? One, because nobody else has an operator, but also because Crayola is a Jet on defense. And so that creates a lot of danger for Northridge as they attack. And we see Eclipse now, who has fought very well, you know, has represented pretty well. They're getting the kill there. And oh, Jaylee, no, keep your gun. Alvinus won't give you a second chance. Y'all don't got a stage. Well, there goes Jaylee. They have not had a strong go of it so far, but the next round is a different round. And GDP responds very quickly there, tracks down one, gets a second, spikes down. Alvinus saw the whole thing, but there ain't no cops around, and nobody's coming to save you, Alvinus. You've got to figure this out all by yourself. MDZ takes the fight, wins it. 1v1 there. 4-2 here for San Diego State. This is what they wanted. This is why they chose defense first. Give themselves an opportunity. Already they have maxed their point total from the first map on the first half. If they win another round, in fact, they will match their entire win total, which doesn't sound right when I'm talking about San Diego State, but that is just how strong Northridge has been. And so you gotta love San Diego State now getting out to an early start and getting themselves what is a significant but ultimately perilous lead, because Northridge won't wait long.
Blinding.
As Crayola gets another opening kill, Alvinus goes down, and I'm not too sure what the ult situation is for Fiesto, if they're going to be able to get a revive off, but I doubt it. And so now it looks like 4v5 as Eclipse kills Fiesto. Well, no, there you go. You don't need. It doesn't matter if you got your ult. You're dead. Lowell gets who's that on the other end there? I think it was Eclipse, but MDZ takes out Devins, and now Poise and Lowell have to find a spike or maybe find 3 more kills. Lowell says, I'll take this little rifle you had here.
Hiding.
Maybe?
Last
No, he's gonna
player
hold on to the
standing.
sheriff. Oh my goodness. That's the reveal, but then they get flashed. Jay Lee would love to make something happen, maybe get the last kill as GDP off screen gets a kill and makes it a 2v1.
Right there.
And Jay Lee now is very comfortable and confident that the action is going to be on the B site. But he's not 100% certain. So right now, he's just going to be patient. Let his teammate know that, because if they overcommit to the B site and Lowell sneaks away like he's doing right now, they can get flipped. There's 30 seconds.
30
That's
seconds
plenty
left.
of time for Lowell to make that long journey back around spawn into the A site, get the spike down, and make this a more difficult fight for GDP. But it looks like Jay Lee and GDP
I
aren't
have
going to
retrieved the
overcommit to the B
spike.
site. In fact, I would suspect that they kind of are ready to hear that the spike has been planted and
10
get to moving
seconds left.
right away. And that's what
Spike
happens. They know
planted.
now it had to go down here. There it is. Now GDP will take a peek from heaven. There's the flash. There goes behind. It's accurate. They're raining fire down. That spike went down pretty recently, so there's no rush here from Jay Lee and GDP, but they need to execute this picture perfectly. Beautifully done there. Yeah, absolutely great. Hit the target from two sides. They have no possible chance to flick from one side to the other. And that's going to be 5-2 for San Diego State as they execute with the precision you would expect from a team that was expected to carry this league at the beginning, before we all got started. You know, when we as casters did not know much and we were getting prepped on the league, we were told the San Diego State team, you know, that Crayola, they're pretty dangerous. Well, they're looking dangerous. They're playing well as they're up 5-2.
Where was this dominance in, match one? What are you seeing now that they weren't quite showing before in the first match of the night between these two?
Well, by the time they were defending on bind, they were so far behind. It was rough, the economy was never really there for them as they needed to play catch up.
Enemy
And you
kill.
just didn't have Crayola on the yacht doing that. And I know that sounds overly simplistic. Oh my God! Johnny
One
points down
enemy remaining.
mid-leap. Alvinus gets a response. Devinus is looking dangerous. He gets two, and once again, it's a little bit more dangerous. And Devins has an operator as well, so this heaven site is not the advantage that it would be otherwise. Oh yeah, Jay Lee, you can't step forward just yet. But Devins has to find the plant. Ooh-wee. Devins has been so dangerous. Beautiful peek there from Jay Lee. It was dangerous, but it was well timed. Jay Lee now beginning to bring themselves back into it. See right now, NPC has been an absolute banger. 12 kills in this first half already, looking incredible. And that's what you want out of your arena. They need to frag up. They need to make themselves a present. Look like a juggernaut on the battlefield, but Crayola has been the one getting these first operators, has made it so that Northridge is basically playing 4 versus 5 in every one of these rounds. And has made it hard for Alvinus to get anything
Get
done.
out of my way.
Likewise with boys, they've been kept pretty quiet. Alvinus there with the Blaze Storm gets the kill on GDP. It's another A push here as Alvinus is going straight for blood. He's gonna push up. He wants to get that operator out of play. He gets Eclipse there, and that'll settle for it as Poise takes out Crayola. Beautiful little, it's like a give and go right there. Alvinus pops up, shows the threat, pulls back. They're getting bullets through the smoke, but they don't know where Alvinus is. Ooh, Jay Lee again, winning the knife fight, but falls to Fiesto, who follows up. Jay Lee has come alive here. It's not enough in this round. Northridge takes it, and they're gonna walk away with an operator. But there's signs of life for San Diego State. Finally, we are seeing what we wanted out of them. They're making it a map. But now, Alvinus, maybe taking a bite out of Crayola's playbook. You see the little donut hanging off that operator. I'm peeping it. It's making me a little hungry, not gonna lie.
The little buddy.
But we'll see now here if Crayola chooses to reinvest in another operator. Alvinus is certainly going to keep this one. You see right there, Crayola does. So we might get ourselves a nice little 1v1 op fight here between Jets. Crayola looks to get another first kill. There it is. Hey, I bought it again. And I see you got my gun, huh? Oh my goodness. Oh, that would have been brutal, but Crayola will be happy with 2. He resets.
You will not kill my allies.
There's the res here. Oh my god, the danger there if the smoke clears. No, it's smart movement from Northridge. They get out of the way before the smoke clears. Now this is actually able to get his hands back on that operator. That's the strength of the Sage ult. What was 3v5 becomes 4v5, and an operator resurrects itself, but Crayola has turned the tides. Not single-handedly, right? I'm not here to disrespect MDZ's performance in this map at all. But Crayola has had some loud kills. Fiesta gets a kill there on JD.
Finished.
But MBZ gets another kill there on Poise. It's quietly been MBZ.
30 seconds
loudly
left.
Crayola here for San Diego State as Alvinus, the resurrected one, gets a second chance at life. MBZ takes out Devins. And Fiesto takes out MBZ. Now that things are a little tricky. Alvinus pays Crayola back.
For you.
Make sure you tip your Sage as Fiesto gets the heals up there. There's the spike planted. And it's a low health Omen GDP against Fiesto and Alvinus on an op. This is a rough retake. But I'll tell you one thing as we get our eyes over here on GDP. From the positioning here, there's actually a chance here if you're GDP. Never mind, Alvinus is cracked. Well,
You simply cracked. He's built different.
yeah, no, he is a different breed indeed. I was gonna say the way that they were positioned, there's a chance here. You get a quick flick, you get a good shot. Maybe if you start with the operator and you get the right break or the right read on positioning, that GDP could have made something happen. But Alvinus is, like I said, he's a pretty strong Valorant player. He's really good at shooting people. So you try that and it doesn't work, and that's okay. Now all of a sudden, that strong lead, that 6-2, has evaporated, and it is Northridge here. Still at a 2-round deficit, but Crayola's got their own Blaze Storm off. We saw Alvinus go off with that ult earlier. There's a more spirited defense here. San Diego State has pushed way down in the mid. They're looking to take this fight and make things happen immediately. Poise gonna whiff with that Raze ult, and Crayola's gonna shut Poise down with the Blaze Storm. That's a good start. But Crayola would definitely look to get one more before all is said and done to get the most value out of that ult.
Blocking sight.
Jaylee does well there against Lowell. Jaylee has come alive and looked tremendous on Bleach this map. This is the Jaylee San Diego State has been missing and they've been wanting as Alvinus gets tagged up there very low here. Fiesto may need to get around and give some assistance here for Alvinus. But Eclipse,
Targets destroyed.
who has the ultimate, but would love to save it for the next round if possible, and they will. Alvinus has gone ahead and taken them out, and Fiesto wins the 1v1 with MDZ.
One
Crayola
enemy
with a
remaining.
snipe with a knife. Beautiful shooting
30
there
seconds left.
in the skies. And now it's Fiesto alone who has to go get a spike, go find a site, get a plant, kill 3 people. All before school's out. Hey, wait a minute, there's one. Jaylee's on the other side there.
Last player standing.
Oh, Fiesto, the jump shot, and it hits. And the
10
spike is
seconds
there.
left.
Fiesto is near the A site. It'll be Fiesto versus Crayola. The spike will be down.
Spike planted.
The Blaze Storm is still active. The operator is in hand. Crayola is a massive threat. But if he turns wrong and doesn't get the first shot, it might not matter, especially with the way Fiesto has been shooting.
Oh.
And that's it. Crayola just knifes him in the head. And it
If
is
Sage
a...
would have gotten a 3K, I would have just lost it,
Was
I
that
think.
important?
It would have been the most ridiculous set of sequences I think we've seen. But I'll tell you what
Last
this does
round
here
before the
for
switch.
Northridge. Even though they didn't win that, and it's a very critical win for San Diego State. Right now, they ensure that they only need to win. Well, they don't ensure. They may need to win more if it goes in overtime. But at least they got over the halfway point, and then a little bit of extra credit. That's great. But Fiesto popping off there, getting those kills, means that he is now very close to his ult as Sage, which is another resurrection. And so Crayola here, assuming that he does what he's been doing, right, gets another
Get out
kill
of my
in
way.
the opening, it actually won't be as effective, and it'll give the information out as we see Alvinus is going to have the Blaze Storm up. It's a fight there for Crayola, who misses a shot. And the information's out. Alvinus gets chopped down by GDP. There's a great list, but the smokes are in. Crayola's cut off. Devin's taking out GDP. Here's the second on Crayola, and CSO is going to get the ult off there on Alvinus. That's what I talked about. And just like that, nothing has happened for San Diego State. They're down 2 agents. The spike is down, and Northridge is looking to close out this half with a win. The ultimate here. As Jaylee gets low, MBZ gets Alvinus. It's even again, but Poise finds MBZ. There's a big flash here. Poise is almost out of the way, and it looks like they'll make their way to safety.
Remaining.
Will they be detained? Yes, they are. So Fiesto, it's only Eclipse, but they got 1 detained. Now they're trying to
One enemy remaining.
They get the second on Fiesto. It's gonna be Poise versus Eclipse.
Imagine if I died.
Oh, he gets the third, but does he have time? Oh. I don't think he's got time. He doesn't. Ooh. It goes off. Northridge wins the final round of the half.
Sides.
They get it 7-5. Almost a clutch there from Eclipse. Doing what San Diego State has hoped to get out of Eclipse there, which is a showing up there when all the chips are down, but just a little late there. On that peak, Poise picked the time perfectly, waited and waited before peaking at the end. And unfortunately for Eclipse, had to respect that, because if you go for that defuse there and you just hold it down and Poise peaks earlier, you get shot, you die, and you lose the round. So it's well played there from Poise. It's the attacker's advantage. It's the whole reason you're fighting over the spike in the first place.
Flash out! Blinding!
Flash here. San Diego State looking to show that same aggression towards the A site. And I tell you what, it looks like they caught Northridge off guard with that. As they're into the A site cleanly. Crayola's getting some great damage down. Fiesto's a little hurt, needs to heal themselves. But the spike is down. Jay Lee taking damage. Alvin is looking to move around. But it's a good start here for San Diego State. Alvinus gets the kill there on Crayola, however, he gets it back up. Lola's gonna have a hard time moving through if Jay Lee keeps looking that way, but he turned around and the pin falls apart.
One enemy remaining.
There on Alvinus, and it's trading out 1 for 1.
One enemy
It's going
remaining.
the way of Northridge. MBZ gets a kill there. He's gonna need 1 more. Heals up. There it is, the clutch from MBZ with a 4-kill round. MBZ,
There.
are you there? Because you're looking like you're a bit out of this world. I don't know how hard the ping is from Saturn, but MBZ is on a different planet right now, playing extremely well and saving that round for San Diego State. 8-5 now. Tell you what, this is what San Diego State wanted. This is exactly the map that they planned for. It's why they chose to defend first. MBZ's gonna try to take point here, get aggressive. Doesn't work out. It actually played in Northridge's hands, but there's Crayola and Jay Lee following things up. Quick round of kills, and it forces the rotation out from Northridge. We're pretty poorly equipped. You see, Alvinus doesn't even have a rifle or a shotgun, anything. It was just saving up. It's an eco round for Northridge, and that aggressive push from San Diego State honestly kind of favors, or at least helps the team on the eco, because you can respond. You see right there, that right click so powerful. Lowell able to take out Crayola. That's what you get. GDP gets caught with his gun down.
Last player standing.
Falls. Jay Lee responds and takes out Alvinus. There's a clutch from Jay Lee. This was not there in map number 1, but hello, it's here in map 2. 9-5. Yo. San Diego State, they're up. They're up. They're awake. They're fighting back. 9-5. And I tell you one thing, we didn't mention it going into this, McRib, but we're able to see the team chat at almost all times. And Northridge did not want to wait that long for halftime. They were not wanting to take a long break. They wanted to get right back into it. Obviously, when the momentum's on your side, that's how you want to do it. But you see why. San Diego State got that break. They took the time, and they have talked it out. They have a plan for the way to approach the rest of this match, and it's looking great so far. letting GDP set up. He gets one. Doesn't get greedy on the second one. I love that patience from Alvin. You jump somebody from behind on the first fight, great. Step forward, try to take a couple of shots to get the second kill.
They used to the high ground though. Okay.
Fiesto, baby. It's a party over there. The Eclipse and Crayola getting back at them. Fiesto falls, Poise goes as well. Getting tracked down, and it's a little threatening posture, don't you?
I know, like the killjoy is like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's why you look at somebody when they pick up your gun and then don't toss it back. You're like, hey, you better like my tweet. Give me my gun back.
30 seconds left.
Because right now the move is over on the A side, and Northridge isn't ready. They're coming through, and they're going to get there unimpeded, but they are going to be coming in late. So we'll see if San Diego State is able, but they didn't get the plant down until just now. So I'm not even sure how this is going to go. This might be a little wild here. See Lowell up in heaven getting shots out there, then right there, but Lowell doesn't know that yet. As Alvinus kills Eclipse, Crayola takes out Devin. I'm sorry, it was Jay Lee who took out Devin. Jay Lee gets another one on Lowell. It's Jay Lee. It's Alvinus. It's a 1v1 here once again. Oh, what a great move from Alvinus. Called out. The ability usage, step to the side. Didn't even use the abilities. That's why Alvinus is one of the top players in this league. That type of knowledge and movement. Beautiful work there from Alvinus to salvage that round. Get it back to 9-6 for Northridge. See, I think it's time for a Blaze Storm, McRib. You know, Bent isn't here, but if we could get the Electro Cat in the background, like I think that's what Alvinus is about to channel the spirit of. Electro Cat will be in the building. As you see,
same energy.
Very much. As you see, San Diego State forced into an eco round now. They've been hammered wallet-wise. They're not going to be able to represent very much. As far as weapons, ability's a bit different. Eclipse does have the ult. Might clear some way for them as you hear that ult go off.
I got the spike.
That's Crayola's ult there. And I tell you what, a jet ult can definitely make up the difference for the lack of guns. We hear shots off going off towards mid. Alvinus watching that. There's Crayola into the site, but they get smoked by Fiesto on the judge. Hello.
One enemy remaining.
Alvinus takes out GDP. Lowell gets Eclipse. It's a virtual flawless here as Jaylee is left all alone, wondering what in the hell happened to the rest of my team.
It's like
letting some shots go. And a 9 there. Again, it's what you would expect out of an eco round. It's not like San Diego State was expected to win that round, but it's a heavy cost for an eco round because Crayola popped ult, expecting to be able to make something happen. And I respect that decision. Crayola is the in-game leader, the captain of the team. You know, where he goes, they will follow. So if he says, I'm going to ult up and I'm going to get 3 kills and we're going to win this eco round, you know, I'm like, okay, I believe you. But it didn't happen. And now San Diego State is in a position where maybe they're a little tougher off. Although MVP has also got something to say. He gets the kill there on Alvinus. That's a great response. See the ultimate here. Eclipse's Killjoy ult. Gonna win some space here. It's actually a feint. They move over to the A side, but it did get the attention of Northridge. There are 2 over on the B side. Yes, though, another ult off. Ooh, Devins taking out GDP. Alvinus gets 2, gets 3. Second chance at life. 3 kills. Fiesto with another kill. And it's another round 1 for Northridge.
They're coming back. Coming back, Eli. I'd say I'm surprised.
No, I wouldn't have doubted Northridge's ability to make up for any deficit, but what I would say I'm a little taken aback by San Diego State's, feels like their hesitation. Something seems off. This isn't the same way they were looking at, even at the beginning of this half, right? Certainly not in the first half. That confidence seems a little rattled, and they need that. They need that courage. Crayola showed it when he popped the ult, but the execution wasn't there. But now it's just feeling a little bit hesitant. They're a step slow. And when that happens against Northridge, you don't have time. You fall. As you see Eclipse drawing some attention. confirming location, but it'll be patient play from Northridge. They're not going to overcommit just because they saw Sentinel.
Barrier deployed.
Tiesto sets up a barrier, shut it down. Okay, they're confirmed there. Boom by action, but not much as Alvinus sits patiently. Action looks like it's swinging over towards the B site. Tiesto's gonna get flashed here. Crayola's out and through, but MDZ gets turned around. They get shot, but it's GDP and Crayola down into the site. And they each win a fight. That's great if GDP gets the plant down. And the B site retake begins for Northridge. 3 left here. But when you got Alvinus, you got Poise,
Last player
and
standing.
Devins, it's a good 3 to have, even as Crayola and GDP each get 2, and now it's just Alvinus. Here's the Northridge here from San Diego State. They do well, but then some great shooting there from Alvinus. Incredible flick to get the headshot there. But time is becoming a factor. Even more so than that, Eclipse with some great shooting on as well. The gunplay on these two teams, something we haven't even mentioned because they're extremely high level, especially for this league. These are 2 of the best shooting teams out there. They're gonna hit shots from almost any angle. It is a narrow.
They don't have to see it.
And they don't need to worry too much about the high ground either. They're able to navigate these now. 10-8 here for San Diego State. It's a slight lead, but it's a dangerous lead. See them begin again.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
Eclipse gonna draw some attention again towards the B side. This is what we saw last time, and the fight's taken, but Alvinus is on the operator. Good night, Eclipse. Tiesto has done an incredible job in this map, doing well for Sage. As GDP takes the operator off the board, and there's Alvinus. That's a major loss, and that's far from Fiesto, who isn't even close to an ultimate. Honestly, they wouldn't even want to spend it this round, even if Fiesto did get closer to it. But when your Sage is isolated, that's good for the attackers. Well, man, isolated is not exactly the right word, but San Diego State does get another chance here to pick a fight. Maybe see if they can isolate somebody, and it looks like they're working the A site as Crayola moves through. Devins is getting flashed on the site. They're pushing up there, but it's Lowell who responds. MDZ takes out Devins. Tiesto looking to get another one, tracking down, but not able to get a kill. There's a beautiful headshot there on Jay Lee, however. In the meantime, Crayola finds Poise, and the spike goes down. It's 2v2.
Here.
Crayola
One enemy
versus
remaining.
Lowell and Fiesto. Crayola will take out Lowell. Go ahead and pick up that rifle. I'd much rather have a Vandal. In the elevation here, seeing if they can find something. Maybe
Last
draw
player
Fiesto out
standing.
here. As they get the wall bang on MDZ, that's incredibly clutch. And the shots there. It's 3 for Fiesto. And maybe enough time to get this defuse as well. Fiesto, are you for real?
Clutch.
You for real. And look at what happens
What
now.
I trained for.
4 points towards the ultimate for Fiesto. So almost in 1 round from no ult charge to fully ult charge. And now it's 5v6 because Fiesto is ready to resurrect anybody who falls. Just like that. With the work of that excellent gunplay from Fiesto clutching it out, their Sage is now ready to make a tremendous difference in the structure of this fight. San Diego State now has to find not 5 kills, but maybe 6 in order to get this done and continue to keep this lead as we draw closer and closer to the end of map number 2. It's 10-9 as we enter round 20. San Diego State got what they wanted. They had 7 rounds on the defense. They looked to their attack to clutch things out, but it's a struggle so far as Eclipse takes out Devins in response. Crayola gets up close on Poise. Talk about Raze in that shoot. Oh, but look at Poise got his revenge from beyond the grave. The grenade finds him, and Fiesto resurrects Poise. Jay Lee was playing down, and Eclipse finds Alvinus. That's great. That negates the ult. Jay Lee gets Lowell. That's 2v2. Spike down. That's a great start. Oh, ult's going off here.
One
Heavy
enemy
damage
remaining.
from that Raze ult as Eclipse gets their 3rd.
Last player
Fight now,
standing.
but he's so quick. Not quick enough though. Eclipse finds him. There's 4 for Eclipse. A 4K for Eclipse. 11-9. and a fully charged Killjoy ult. You see how quickly these value abilities charge up. These players are incredible. Crayola puts in the chat a damn boom bot. That's the type of thing you're allowed to be mad about. Yeah, but it's what you're allowed to be mad about when you win the round, right? You can type that in the chat. Nobody's gonna be mad at you too much.
Here.
Oh.
You know what, and I'll also say, how is
Placing swarm
CSUN
grenade.
playing
Swarm grenade
alongside
out.
this stage where they're making her viable because she got nerfed to Peck,
Placing
basically,
alarm bot.
and no one plays her anymore, but how is she still getting the use out of her ult here?
Well, you see now just great map presence here from Fiesto. A lot of that is what's happening, and superior gunplay will obviously factor in as well. But there's a lot of smart decision making, and Fiesto is making the most. You see this wall here, makes you loud as you come through this doorway, so you don't get to creep up on it. So you get to play at a different posture, which you see Poise do right there. It makes things a little bit easier to rotate. The kills come hot and heavy. We're down to a 1v1, and Alvinus gets taken out. It's Eclipse with another multi-kill round. That happened all in the span of 20, maybe 30 seconds. Eclipse gets 3 kills. It's map point for San Diego State. I didn't even have time to answer your question. I'm so sorry. I wanted to be there for you, but man, that's the aggression though that San Diego State needs. It's a response to the way Northridge approaches things. They're fast and furious. San Diego State is known to be aggressive, but they can't back down here. San Diego State can't allow Northridge. Yeah, they're undefeated. Yeah, they haven't been beaten, and yeah, we struggled against them in the first map. But San Diego State is a fighting squad. They don't back down. They can't afford to let the pace drop if they want to win this and complete this upset. And so they're taking the fight to Northridge. They're accepting a 6v5 or whatever it may be because they believe in their leader. They believe in Crayola. MDZ is stepping up. GDP is stepping up. Eclipse is looking fantastic in these last few rounds. And it's the type of performance they'll need to complete if they want to finish this map. As Alvinus turns the corner and is greeted by a band of bandits. And no, I ain't talking about NSYNC. They all got guns. They take them down, and it's an A-site push here. Northridge is ready. There's Devins. Hello. We haven't talked about him much on this map. He's been eclipsed. As Eclipse get it done again. Gets a kill there. GDP finds Fiesto, and it's 2v2.
One enemy remaining.
But Devins did a lot of work to keep it even as Lowell takes out GDP. And with him, the spike. And now Eclipse has to make something real miraculous happen. He's got to find his way to that spike. He's got to pick it up, maybe get it planted. He's able to do it. But that means Lowell knows exactly where he is. Getting shots there. Eclipse, patient, gets the plant. Well done. Poise has been moving around in that time. Where did he go? Is he gonna get there in time? We'll see. See, Eclipse knows that there's another agent
One
out and
enemy
about.
remaining.
Really?
Oh, there's the Sentinel getting it done. Hello. Oh no, almost not able to finish off Lowell, who should be able to have time to save this point and save the map for Northridge. But a Sentinel kill. We've seen a Boomba kill and a Sentinel kill in back-to-back rounds. It's getting tight, folks. Ooh, 12-10. But that one, for Northridge, maybe you feel a little bit of a big sigh of relief because, you know, Poise getting taken out by that Sentinel drone. That's a massive loss. That was very scary because Lowell versus Eclipse 1v1, that's even, right? And you don't want even as a defender. You hate that.
There.
Strong performance from Lowell. Well done there to clutch it out, but very scary for Northridge. Now you see,
A little too close.
not fully kitted up either, as you see here. Poise has to push up here and take a strong fight up early here on the judge. We'll see if that's predicted by San Diego State as Fiesto takes out GDP early. That's great. And Alvinus gets MBZ. Crayola responds there. Poise there with the judge, takes out Crayola. It's a great defense here. On a very haphazard round for both teams. The economies are in shambles on both sides. They're both struggling. Eclipse gets another one. It's 1v2, but Devins finishes it off, gets the kill, and it's 12-11 now. A second match point fought off here for Northridge. One more and they'll take this in overtime. And Poise is sitting on my favorite sight in the game. A fully charged Raze ultimate. Oh my. Mothership, please. I know I'm asking a lot, and I know the way Poise plays on this map, it might not happen, but can we keep it on Poise for a little bit? Can I get Poise POV just for a little bit? I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all gotta bear with my bias here. As you see San Diego State, they're not fully equipped. They want this, but they might be facing overtime. But I'll be honest with you, there's nobody over there. The action looks like it's going to be happening towards A site. Boys gets the boom boom nice and ready. Actually, no, it's a split here. Maybe we're getting a B site here. We hear the ult go off here. I'm not sure whether that was Alvinus or Crayola. But there'd be a Blaze Storm somewhere. You see MDZ charged up. The Empress ready to make her judgments. Where it gets out here for San Diego State, they push towards A site. Patience from Northridge. They hear that ult, and it's a full push into A site. They go down the hallway. It was Crayola with the ultimate, and it's nothing doing as Alvinus shuts him down. Fiesto gets 2 before Jaylee's able to respond. That's big. It takes out the ultimate.
One enemy remaining.
From regulation. Eclipse also able to get low. And Devins finds Jaylee, and it's Eclipse now all alone, having to make something special happen against Poise. There's the Raze on one, and it trades. That's what Poise wanted. That's what they saved for.
Switching sides. Overtime.
What a job there from Northridge, fighting off 3 straight map points. What was nearly 1-1 is now overtime in the second map. And just like that, Northridge on even footing. Now, for those of you who don't know, overtime, teams have to win by 2. So you need to win back-to-back rounds in order to take the map. They're going to trade left and right sides, and your ultimates are going to be set at 4. So they're like a little of the way through. Couple kills, and then an item pickup. You maybe will get your ultimate. But they will not carry over between rounds. Teams will be able to kit up in each round. But at this point now, it's all about the skill. Both teams are even. And there won't be any eco, there won't be any saving. It's go time here, 100% until the end.
If Ben were here, he'd be
Patience
like,
here from Northridge.
Too quiet.
Oh yeah. Sure, you're right.
I have the spike.
Northridge taking the patient route. They've worked hard to get back to this point. They're already up a map. They've been pressured before, and they've responded extremely well in the past. They've responded extremely well even tonight. Get back to this point. And they could have packed it up at 12-9. It could have just been like, hey, it's not our map. Nevertheless, here's GDP here. They're alone on the A site. They wanted to find one, got nothing as Poise gets the kill. It's another A site push from Northridge that goes well. Devin gets the spike down. Alvinus will try to make trouble in the shoots. They're gonna need to be careful. You don't want to get flashed in those shoots by Breach. You will not be looking good if you can't see Breach. He can see you. See, Alvinus now taking a long way around here, looking to get this flank and shut this retake down before it can even get a chance to start. MDZ gets low. Crayola finds Fiesto, but Alvinus gets 2 in the back. That's what they were setting up for. And Devins gets Crayola in the end. Crayola's up with a little bit of work, but not enough.
Sides. Match
now
point.
It is match point for Northridge. The undefeated season looks to continue. If they are able to take this round, they will win the set 2-0 and advance to face San Jose State in the grand finals.
How has CSUN basically pulled this reversal? Like, how are they able to really capitalize and make it here, where they're actually in the lead? I feel like they haven't been in the lead almost this entire time.
It's been a mixture. I feel like San Diego State maybe took their feet off the gas a little bit, and part of that was just Fiesto has stepped up so much in this map. Fiesto has been, without a doubt, in my opinion, the MVP. I think the Sage pick has been incredible. And his performance thus far is the reason why Northridge is in winning position. You see Lowell getting the kill there. And then Alvinus taking out Crayola. Alvinus gets 3 already. It's just like that. It's only down to Jaylee, and Alvinus ults up. They're going to hunt Jaylee very quickly. Northridge smells blood. They want it over with as Alvinus. They're hunting Jaylee down. It's a flawless
Defenders
finish
win.
for Northridge. They take it 14-12. Undefeated continues into the grand finals. San Diego State, you fought well, you fought hard. The season's not over for them, but a bitter, disappointing end for them to this map. They were looking so strong, but in the end, Alvinus, Fiesto, too much to overcome. San Diego State falls just short there.
Look at that KDA. We love to see it on a stage. Let's go.
It's brilliant, and that won't reflect the healing that Fiesto provided. It won't reflect how many times they resurrected. Alvinus, you see 32 and 23 because they were able to get multiple shots in rounds. Alvinus was able to take fights that maybe you don't take if you don't have that sage there to back you up and literally bring you back to life. And those two work together, work so hard to carry Northridge through this round. And that's the ultimate death of this team. That's their strength. We saw on the first map, it was Devins doing so much work. We've seen Poise go off before. Lowell, who was clutched out round after round in situations. Here, when they needed it on split, it was Alvinus and Fiesto working together. And though Eclipse performed admirably, though Crayola dominated the middle rounds on the operator, and you can't forget about the performance of Crayola over the course of this map, it was simply not enough to do what has not yet been done. Northridge remains undefeated. They move into grand finals. We're getting a rematch. San Jose State versus Northridge. There was a battle of the undefeateds the last time they met in the regular season, and now it will be a battle for grand finals, as we will get that at the end on Wednesday is when those two teams will meet. So they get quite a bit of time off. For San Diego State, they will meet up with Cal State Long Beach in the consolation match, the third place match for this Immortals bracket. And then in the next couple of days, we will have our diamond bracket finish off, as we are going to have Cal State Dominguez Hills Burgundy up against Fullerton Black. And then Sacramento State versus Northridge Red in the consolation match on the diamond side of things. But that will do it for all of our Valorant action tonight. We are not quite yet done. Our own beautiful McRib has an interview to do. McRib, anything you want to follow up on? Anything else you want to say?
I just want to say, after this match, we usually interview the team captain, but we will be interviewing Lowell. So chat if you have any questions for him. I mean, he had an incredible couple of matches there. Let us know. Other than that, we're going to take a quick break, and I'll see you in the interview. Don't go anywhere.